Hello and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Winona, and today I'll be playing a little wizard, Scribble Scrambles, and I'm with the amazing and wonderful.
It's me, Damn it. Good intro. The amazing and wonderful Kraken, that's me. And I'm also playing a bigger wizard. I don't know how tall Scribbles is. Craigory Danthew-Dovran.
How tall is Craigory?
Craigory is 6'2".
Oh, Scribbles is not that shorter than him. He's only 5'8".
Okay, alright. I wasn't sure if it was I don't know if Scribbles is normal person sized or
He's above average height.
Okay.
Because I think technically for men, averagely is 5'6" or something. I don't remember.
You never know with tunes.
Yeah, I know, right? But anyways, after say to start this off, Scribbles never has met Craigory, but knows of him through Lynn. Say back in when Scribbles was recovering, he mentioned interest to Lynn. It's like, hey, maybe after I've fully recovered, I can maybe train with some other wizards. Do you know any powerful wizards? And she's like, oh, do I? And she's like, Craigory, him. He's a very peckin' powerful wizard.
It's a high sell.
Yes. And she later gave him his address, and Scribbles wrote to him. He's like, hey, we both know the same person. And she also mentioned you that you're a wizard too. Do you want to meet up maybe at the park at this time, and we can just chat about wizardly stuff and maybe do some training?
And Craigory, upon receiving that letter, went in, however, and also confirming with Lynn that this was you actually know this person and let them know I exist, right? Basically said, boy, do I. And sent back confirmation. So here we are, I guess, at the arranged time and place.
Yeah, and it's an open park that's near his apartment. He's been there before with actually Rye, ironically. This is where they first met. So
Oh, there we go.
Scribbles is near the pond that is at the park. He's just because he says yeah, I'll meet you by the pond. I'll probably just be standing around in this area. And he's just waiting for Craigory.
Having never actually met in person before, do you figure it's a perception for one of them to spot the other?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for perceptions. Let's have some fun here.
Gee, Cray. All right. Okay.
Oh my god. Scribbles is here's what's happening with Scribbles. Scribbles has recently had a new design change. And so has someone else. His little son he's trying to get Scratch out of the pond. He's like, come on, Scratch. No, do not chase the ducks. No, get back here. He's just skirting around the edge of the pond as Scratch just hovers over the pond. He's just having the time of his life.
Oh god. Craigie on the hand, the nat 20 makes sense. He's checked this through with Lynn, but he's still generally on the watch in new places and whatnot. But between that and also just the sheer commotion that Scratch is causing, absolutely spots them. And I think he just kind of stands for a moment at the edge of the fountain watching this. Definitely not hiding any amusement, because No, this is actually pretty familiar energy. Had he brought Boomer along, he is pretty sure that she would hop right in and they would just both be in the same situation.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But he probably kind of waits before clearing something.
Yeah.
Would you like a hand with that, or?
Let's. You know, there's one thing about Scribbles that I don't do often because it never comes up that often. But Scribbles is very skittish, and he spooks very easily. And and with that nat 20, yeah, you probably say, and with that 8 that I have, it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna let Scribble have this. Let's see if a wisdom save. Does he? It's average. He doesn't get. He does jump a bit. His hair does stick up straight. His curls stick up straight and turn purple. He's like, ah, oh, hello. No, just give me a second. I scratched to the count of 3, or otherwise I'm gonna use Mage Hand. 1, 2, and Scratch flies back over and is just giggling up a storm. Oh, come here, you. Scratch. And Scribbles just picks up Scratch and is just like holding him. Sorry for the commotion.
No problem. Been in your shoes before on that. But hello.
Hi. You wouldn't be by chance, Craigory Danthews, right? I mean, are you? Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's me. Craigory, Danthew-Dovran, and you are Scribbles?
Yes, Scribble scrambles, and he reaches a hand to shake.
Craigory will shake that. And who's the little one?
Oh, he's my son. Scratch scrambles, and you hear it say it's telepathic, but everyone can hear it's just like you hear in your head, "Hello, I'm Scratch," and he turns yellow.
Hey there. All right. I don't know if you had a particular plan or idea.
I mean,
Wizard stuff, right?
yeah,
Awkward
wizard.
jazz hands.
Yeah, wizard stuff. He does an awkward jazz hand too. Yeah, I just thought, I don't know. Well, say maybe train. Say I've been through a magical injury, and I could use use some sparring practice with another wizard just to train. Get warmed up again. And I thought maybe also we swap some spells too.
That's actually not a bad idea for me either. Yeah, sounds good to me.
Cool, cool, cool. And Scratch is chuckling a little bit. Uh, so what do you say? Do you want to swap spells first, or uh?
Hmm. Suppose it depends. Do we want to get kind of do you want to just hop right into a spar and see where we are, or do we want to try and swap a spell and then see if we can throw it into combat?
I don't know. I think say maybe we get a baseline of where we are right now. Start off with. It's always good to have a baseline to know where we're both at.
True. You never know. You could be a way better wizard than me, and that would be a fun surprise to find out in a spar in the park and get my ass kicked.
I don't know. I heard from Lynn that you have a couple levels in fighter, so you may be beating me up.
That's assuming I can get close to you, but sure.
I don't know. I'm not the most dexterous person.
I mean, hey, maybe we'll find out. So that's sounding like pulling out spell books, I guess.
Yeah. And there's this and Scribbles make a snaps his hand, and his sort of is a sort of lines come out of his hand as it then the lines turn into a spell book.
Oh, fancy. Craigory has to roll hammer space for his. And that's an 8. Yep. Fishes it out. His actually looks like it was self-bound, which is neat.
Scribbles probably noticed that. It's like, oh, say, did you bind that yourself, or did you have someone else do it for you?
Not the cleanest job. I've only really bound a few books, but yeah.
I mean, that's
did that myself.
I mean, that's impressive in its own right. I don't know how to create books. Say, this one was a gift from a friend who bounded her. She bounded herself, and she made it a little bit special for me.
Well, there you go. I figured being a spell book, it's personalized, you know?
Yeah, understandable. Do you want to say maybe 30 feet away from each other, and then we start sparring?
Sounds good to me. It looks, like those, it's not quite that, but the visual of them both walking 30 feet away gives me that, 10 paces, turn around, fire sort of deal.
Yeah, I know. Cowboy style. Except wizard cowboys.
There's actually only room for one wizard in this park.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that does remind me. There's technically a game that I think in the development called Wizards with Guns, or the title's something similar to that.
Feel like I've seen the trailer for that.
I don't say it's Wizards with Guns or something like that. I can't remember the exact title.
Have to look it up later.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
yeah, as Scribbles is walking in, Scratch is just giving him a mischievous face. He's like, "We're gonna kick your butt."
As Craigory's looking, is Scratch staying with Scrambles? Is Scratch a part of the fight?
Yes, because Scribbles is a scribe's wizard, and at least I haven't figured out his whole for at least to simplify Scratch in battle, he is his manifest mind ability.
Cool. Now I, the player, know that. Craigory doesn't, so he's just like, okay, there's probably something up with that. Making a note to maybe not hurl spells at the actual child until he sees what's up.
Funny enough, you can't hurt the child in battle.
You don't know that.
True.
But 30 paces, turn, roll initiative.
Indeed. Yeah, you're +3. 12.
Okay. Kirk is doing on the good rolls so far.
So far.
All right. Navigating back to the spells, Craigory is opening up with a good old classic of his, Ice Knife.
Ooh, Ice Knife. Nice.
So, it's going to roll to hit, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. He's not pulling punches, I guess.
Oh boy, what did he get?
Because I'm thinking a 24 is going to hit.
Yeah, 24 hits the scrawny wizard.
Geez. So Scribbles is going to take a d10 damage. Okay, all right. So first of all, 7 piercing.
All right.
So this shard of ice comes flying out and strikes Scribbles, and then it's going to explode.
Yep.
I don't know if Scratch has a separate HP.
No. It's a Scratch is at least in a fight as of right now, because I haven't thought about the details of him because of what he is and stuff. But for right now, I'm simplifying it to a manifest mind. Craigory would they would actually see the shards like go through Scratch and not affect him at all.
That says this mind to like, okay. Good to know.
Yep.
So this is going to be a dex save from Scribbles.
Alright. Dex save. That's still only a +3. Nope.
Oh, buddy.
He is not getting the good rolls tonight.
I mean, Craigory doesn't know the details of said magical injury because he didn't ask for deets.
Which is
yet.
fair.
You're going to find that Craigory tends to be a mind your business kind of person.
Ironically, Scribble sorta is too.
But he's kind of, as he watches it strike and then explode and like Scribbles catches all, he's just like, okay. Yeah. A bit of practice on recovery. So this is good for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be 2d6 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
Christ, Craigory. Vicious little guy. That's another 12 cold damage.
Oh boy. Yeah,
that's the opening move, and God, does he? You know what? They're 30 feet away. Does he run up and get in Scribble's face immediately?
Oh boy, does he now?
Because he could be. This is just a mock fight. He won't be really mean.
Yeah.
And use his secret fighter stuff. So I think for this at least, he's actually going to stay where he is, stay put the 30 feet. He's just going to see what Scribbles has and what Scribbles will do. Get the measure for this other wizard.
You said the damage was 12, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
So 7 plus 12. Overall, that's 19 damage. Scribbles 8.
Yeah. Scribble sees it, he's like, not bad. Not bad at all. And he's just like, let's see. Scribbles decides to do something that, because this is one of his new spells that is he has gained. He points a finger straight up as a bright light comes out of it, and within basically Craigory's in the center of the 30-foot radius sphere he is casting sickening radiance.
Oh boy.
So that is a con save, my buddy.
Oh, how could you do this to him? How could you do this to him?
Oh my gosh, what did he roll?
Modified 1.
Oh!
It's not a nat 1, but it's
No, it's not a nat
1.
1. So here's the thing about sickening radiance. On a successful the creature must make a Constitution saving throw or take 4d10 radiant damage and suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Fun.
And he's glowing now.
Craigory is?
Craigory's also now glowing, yes.
Sickly radiance. So he
can't hide from invisibility or something like that.
Okay, damage. Craigory, I'm gonna open with a classic little first level spell and see what's up. Ripples immediately. Level 4.
He wants to be impressive. He took a lot of damage.
Which, to be fair, Craigory can't do level 4 spells. That is impressive.
So it's 4d10. Oh. I see. There it is. I forgot. This is in roll 20. Oh! Scribbles throws it right back.
He does.
That's a whopping 22 damage.
It sure is. Craigory is bloodied. Anything else for Scribble's turn?
As his bonus, as his bonus action, Scribbles is basically Scratch comes within the 30 feet to Craigory and hides behind him.
Oh boy. Mischief. Well then.
Yes.
Quickly looking up the level 1. Okay, so disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, I was just about to pull that up.
Cool. Tabs quickly over to features. Okay, so that's a bonus action.
Yeah, the Scribbles is technically bloodied also, so it's just like...
Two wizards wailing on each other.
Yes.
That's also bonus action, so we won't do that. Don't mind me as I quickly...
You're fine.
See what we got, because I know what I'd like him to do, but then it's finding a spell that complements it.
Fair.
Right, so Craigory's had that. He's going to fire off. Hold on, we also have this prepared. Yeah, you just hit him with something like pretty damn powerful.
Yeah.
So he is going to respond with a 10-foot radius. Okay. He's casting Shatter. Make a con save. Con for con.
Counterspell.
Nice. It doesn't work, and for funsies, Scribbles, you're going to have time to make an insight check just for fun before Craigory does his secret bonus thing.
Nice. Darn it. He does not insight, but I'm curious what Scratch would insight on it.
Oh yeah, that's a point. And Scratch is also like right up next to, behind.
The dice say 9 and only 9.
9 or 9. His expression sure does something. It's not like... I mean, with a 9, it probably just comes across as frustration. But not quite. And... So, first of all, for a bonus action, Craigory's using Second Wind,
Ooh.
which is a fighter thing, which means he's
Yes.
getting back 1d10 plus 2 health.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 6 plus 2. 8 health back. Mark that down quickly. And using the other fighter thing, action surge to get a second action because his shatter failed.
Yeah.
Movement to close the 30 foot and get directly in Scribble's face.
Oh no.
And it's Craigory, as he runs in, is pulling out his arcane focus is his staff, which doubles as a quarterstaff, and he's taken a swing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit him. Because
Nice.
he currently does not have mage armor up right now. But even with that, it wouldn't hit him.
Okay,
'Cause
okay. Checking the great weapon style stipulation quickly for a moment. All right. Where's the D8? There's the D8. Fun, fun, fun. Scribbles gets fucking like smacked for 7 damage.
7 damage.
Swings the heavy end of that in.
Oh.
Bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. Scribble don't like that.
Yeah. Craigory is directly in Scribble's space, so have fun with that.
Yeah. However, one thing about Scribbles is that he can do stuff still. He uses Misty Step. And he goes 30 feet away. As basically it's just like, yeah, turns into mist and just swoops past him back over to Scratch.
Good call.
And then he does a firebolt at him.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. So it's only 4 damage.
Alright. Any other movement from Scribbles, or is that the turn?
Scribbles is then gonna back off an additional 30 feet, but Scratch is gonna be where he is.
Craigory, I gotta say, is running some mental calculations in his head. He has now gathered some information. This wizard can use 4th level spells, which means, and has counterspell, which means there will be more than one counterspell up his sleeve, but he doesn't know how many.
Yes.
So, and he also didn't like being smacked.
Which is
so
also
you know
fair.
what? Craigory's gonna be a little shit. Craigory spins 30 feet, also Misty Steps, matches Scribble's location, is taking another big swing.
Fair enough, but hey, know what's a fun spell? Silvery Barbs!
Oh?
This is a new
I don't know that one at all. Is that a reaction, or what's going on?
Silvery Bars is a new one that was from Strixhaven. You magically distract the targeting creature for a term, and so you basically, the targeting creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. So I give you disadvantage.
Nice. Let's see how that shakes out. Okay, well, the first one is a 12. And we'll take that 12 because the second was a 19, but a 12 plus 3, a 15 may still do it?
Yeah, that, unfortunately, Mage Armor is still not up. So, yeah, you still hit Scribbles. But you definitely felt that sort of, like, I say, almost thought you were gonna miss sort of, idea.
There was a weird moment where I don't know how, like, Silvery Barb's mechanic works. Like, I don't know if it's a psychic effect that causes that, but it was like his stance or whatever wobbled when he basically appeared in front. It was like he didn't plant his feet quite right.
Yeah, so it's like...
So it's not...
Yeah, it is sort of a mental...
Connect.
Sorry, you go.
Yeah. It's not the connect he was quite aiming for, but it's still like a fucking uppercut of a swing.
Yeah, it basically momentarily makes you uncertain about stuff.
Which, for coming right out of a Misty Step teleport, makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun. He rolled a 2, but with the Great Weapon Fighting feature, when you roll a 1 or 2 on attack die,
I know.
you can re-roll the die and use the new roll. but
Yep.
it has to be this new rule. So,
Yep.
all right, and that's gonna be a 4.
All right.
More bludgeoning.
Yep. Scribble sees this. He unfortunately doesn't say. He is going. Let's see. What does he want to do? You know he's already low on health. So hopefully he's gonna try to. Let's see. Scribbles is gonna upcast Tasha's Mind Whip.
Ooh.
So make an intelligence save.
At disadvantage.
Yep.
Or disadvantage on ability checks. Looks like level 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah.
But I feel like it makes sense for it to be a disadvantage.
Yeah, it makes sense to be disadvantage.
For fun.
Yeah.
All right. Intelligence, you said.
Mm-hmm. Gotta be at 16.
Well, the first one is a 19, but the next is a 6 plus 3 for a 9 save.
Nope, that doesn't take it. As first of all, you take 3d6 damage. You take 11 damage in total.
All right.
And you can say, which is psychic damage. And you can't take a reaction until the end of your next turn, and moreover, on your next turn, you must choose between a move, action, or bonus action, and you only get one of these 3.
Oh, fun.
And so Scribbles is gonna use this to an advantage and run away 30 feet.
Hell yeah. Get that distance.
He's gonna get that distance.
All right. Craigory's had his brain a bit scrambled, which means being only able to choose one thing, he's going to he's going to take the action, take a chance on casting a spell, and he's doing Scorching Ray.
Ooh.
Which is 3 rays of fire.
Yep.
Da, da, da. Well.
Does Scribble want
Right.
to... Actually... He does still... No, he doesn't have a reaction this time because he's used silvery barbs. Nope.
The first one, if Scribbles isn't counterspelling, misses.
Yep,
I
that
have
misses.
To a 9 misses.
Yep, a 9 misses.
A 12?
That misses too.
Here we go.
Yep, that
15.
hits.
All right. He's between the silvery barbs and Tasha's Mind Whip. He's been thrown off kilter, and the first 2 swing wide, but the last one hits on target. And you know what? He's actually going to upcast it to 3rd level.
Oh boy.
Oh, 1 additional ray.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 1 more that's coming.
Yeah.
And that's going to hit too.
Oh boy.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So 2d6 fire damage for each. First one hits for 4. The second for 9.
Yeah, the first one you could Scribbles wobbles back a bit as that was a hard blow, and then the last one puts him down to the ground. And Scribbles Scribbles is knocked out on his feet. He's like, okay, I'm good. You got me. You got me.
And Craigory lowers his arm. He's kind of breathing hard.
Yeah, Scribbles is just panting on the ground as Scratch comes over to him and nuzzles him. I'm fine, Scratch. That was a good fight.
Craigory's making his way over, and he's like, using the staff to get over. Yeah, good fight, good stuff.
Yeah. Honestly,
I mean, if you'd gotten me one more time, I'd have been out.
Yeah. Honestly, I should have put mage armor up on the first round. I would have gotten that last hit.
Live and learn.
Yeah, live and learn.
And Scribble's on the ground. Craigory just kind of like flops to a sit beside.
Yeah, Scribbles is just keep laying down.
There's a pause before Craigory goes, do either of us have healing?
I do not have healing on me.
Neither do I.
I should have probably thought that ahead.
I should have too. And he cocks his head to the side for a moment as something occurs to him. He seems to think, and he goes, yeah, no, definitely no healing. I have the opposite of that, but no.
Technically, I do too.
Yeah, I hadn't seen some of those before. So that was interesting.
Yeah. I try to learn spells from a variety of sources.
Do you chase down every wizard you meet looking for spells?
Maybe. He blushes a little bit. I
No,
thirst
that's
for
good
knowledge.
practice. Don't we all?
Yeah.
At least you've got the gumption to ask.
I've been getting better at it. Scratch nods at this. He used to be sort of shy.
Hey. Oh. It definitely takes not being shy to walk up to a stranger and go, hey, let's fight.
True. That did feel sort of good. I at least feel a little bit better about my strength now. After what happened, I was a bit worried, to be honest.
Did happen if you don't mind me asking.
There's no easy way of putting it, but basically, someone attacked my soul.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to roll insight?
Yeah. Nope. Scribbles.
Buddy.
Let's see
Would
if
you like to scratch chance or?
Yeah, let's give Scratch a chance. He has a higher modifier. These kids cannot insight today.
It makes sense. Like, whatever happened to Scribbles, it was clearly big, and he's in his own head about it.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's, as I said, kind of dramatic something. Attacking your soul. That's not something that happens to everybody every day.
Yeah.
There's a pause from Craigory, and he just kind of goes, that's rough.
Yeah. It was technically rougher when they also. It was also technically also attempted murder because I was soul bonded with Scratch.
Craigory's gonna roll insight now. A 14.
Yeah, with a 14, you could definitely see Scribble cling on to his spell book a little bit tighter as he says that. And you can get that something happened to the spell book. And somehow that's connected to him and Scratch.
Part of the insight was also Craigory trying to figure out, is the hook appropriate? Are they like, they don't actually know each other? Is that a thing? Is that something that'll help? Oh god.
Fair.
He's not entirely certain, so he doesn't.
Fair. But at least that's in the past. I'm feeling a lot better now. Despite you royally kicking my butt.
Hey, it was still close. I mean, as far as wizard go, you're clearly a higher level than me. It'll be a long time before I'm able to cast something like Sickening Radiance.
Yeah, can't I can't swing a quarter staff as well as you can. I am pretty wimpy when it comes to anything physical.
I mean, doesn't mean you still can't have a trick like it up your sleeve. I mean, yeah, a quarter staff is a bit of a big thing, but like, I don't know. Knives? Nobody expects to stab your punchy wizard. I'll tell you that.
And Scribbles laughs. Yeah, it definitely threw me for a loop when Lynn first mentioned that you had a couple levels in fighter.
She's not even totally responsible for that. I spar with her some to practice it, and she kicks my butt extremely royally.
I mean, I could see that. Barbarians are pretty tanky.
Very, very tanky.
Ugh.
Pretty sure I've seen her like punt two people at once in one kick really far. It was incredible.
I could believe that. I only saw her fight in a few fights, but she was definitely very impressive.
Yeah, she is.
Scribble smiles at that. So I can't wait until if we ever get into another fight again. If she's if she's with me in a fight, I did also learn polymorph.
You mean like in the fight?
It's very effective when you turn the barbarian into a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And she hasn't told me about this?
I haven't got a chance to do it yet. And Scribble says, hold up a finger. But when it
Oh my
does, I'll
God.
make sure to tell you.
Yeah, please. Oh my god, somebody take pictures. I want to see that. I want to be there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it'll be a sight to behold.
I mean, if you don't do it first, maybe. Okay. He's like pulling out the spell book and just making a note in the back, just like he does have a list in the back of just spells that would be neat to learn if he can get his hands on them. And he's just putting polymorph down on the list for exactly that reason.
Polymorph is an amazing spell. I have seen it in so many convoluted ways.
Okay, I do have to ask that the second time I swung at you, there was something going on there. I didn't recognize it though. What was that?
It's called Silvery Barbs. It's a newer spell that was recently founded. It basically scrambles the mind a bit and basically causes the opponent to have a little disadvantage.
Nice. I mean, obviously it didn't quite work, but it almost got me. It was like the surprise and not knowing what was going on more than anything else.
Yeah, if I say, I'm pretty sure if I would have had my mage armor, I would have been okay. But yeah, you still whomped me pretty good.
Live and learn. Like I already said, nobody expects a punchy wizard, and between you and me, it didn't get me out of the situation, but it certainly it made me feel better.
Yeah, I bet it did. Yeah, though I'm pretty say I at least hung on pretty well. I'm proud of myself with that. Partial fighter against a wizard.
I mean, you keep on saying that like some prep. It's still only, uh, it's not my primary thing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Kind of like just a little extra trick up the sleeve.
Mm.
It's not bad to have those.
Yeah, I agree. I say I don't use it. I don't use it that often, but as a scribes wizard, I can actually change the damage type of my spells.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because then you can get around like resistances and immunities.
Mhm. It's really handy when say come in a pinch, but it's also sort of fun too. A flaming magic missile just shooting at the enemy is pretty fun.
I mean, what I was thinking was just what would a fireball look like with cold damage?
Ice spikes.
Ha!
It's really fun.
I like that just for the fact that if I had that fire to me, I wouldn't immediately know what it was.
Yeah. Honestly, there needs to be more ice spells. I look through them every once in a while, and they seem pretty fun.
I mean, what can I say? Ice Knife hasn't done me wrong yet.
I mean, that is a very useful spell. I agree. Though I'm curious, what kind of wizard are you?
Uh, Transmutation on paper.
Ah, I see. Neat.
But doesn't mean I haven't picked up obviously some evocation, the scorching ray.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's nice. It's a. It's nice to have a wide range of spells.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, don't knock on just having a specialization and honing it. I mean, look at me. Obviously, I've specced around a bit. Fighter. Not everything I've got is transmutation based. There's other things going on. It, you know, good for variety, but it's a bit of a jack of all trades, master of none going on.
Hmm. Scribbles nods. Yeah, I say I focus on magic a lot, so it's my really specialization. I study it heavily, and with me being a scribe's wizard, I try to find different combinations of spells to hone in, especially with the ability to change their damage types. It catches people off guard.
And honestly, that's what gets you the fight. You catch them off guard. You throw them off their rhythm. Street smarts.
Yeah. Do you study anything in particular though?
Mm. Again, it's kind of been whatever's caught my fancy at the time, or maybe if someone has a particular problem going on, I've kind of sunk time into that. There there was a research paper I was working on. It's on hold
Oh, what was
for
it
now,
about?
maybe forever. Uh it's a hmm. Trying to figure out what Craigory would roll for this. What's your where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay. It's a performance where he just kind of like, it appears he just kind of seems to shrug self-modestly. It's like, oh, it's a collaborative thing between myself and another transmutation wizard. So it's kind of on the result of a transmutation that went a little weird once. The sort of results of that, you could call it looking into slimes and gelatinous cubes.
Oh, that's interesting. I have to say I didn't really have a focus more until now. And my say I'm studying genius loci.
Oh, is that like how you met Lynn, or is that just a happy coincidence?
Really sort of a happy coincidence. Say I say when I first met Lynn, it was for a totally different reason. Uh, but that doesn't really matter right now. But say when I went over to networks, say they were able to touch Scratch, which, if you know anything about a Scribe's Wizard manifest mind, say that is theoretically impossible. Couple months later, I come to realize Scratch is a new form of genius loci entirely called Una Magicae, which is a being made up of magic that has its own soul.
Oh, wow. And Craigory is peering at more curiosity now at Scratch.
Scratch is just beaming and just glowing yellow. Yeah, I am made up of magic, and I can say you can see I can change colors. I'm slowly learning my own spells now. Do not look at me with detect magic, otherwise you'll get a migraine.
Craiger's eyebrow just kind of raises, and he's definitely not hiding the fact that just he's taking that a little bit as a challenge.
Oh my gosh, does Craigory do it?
Oh. God, you know what? Yeah, and since it's a ritual, it's pretty obvious what he's doing. Just Scratch says this, and Krieger kind of immediately shifts. Scribbles can stop him.
Scribbles is watching this, and he's a tutorer, so he's like, sometimes you just gotta learn the hard way.
Fuck around and find out. That is the Danthew way.
All right.
So, he does that.
So, make a con save with disadvantage.
Fun. With all his 4 HP left. Well, that was a 5 and a 7, so that's 5. Actually, the -1 is a 4.
Immediate migraine. One of the worst migraines you ever had in your life. Maybe even the worst, as this is literally what Scratch said, and what Scribble says, a pure concentrated ball of pure magic. Like, you can't tell what kind of magic at all. You just feel magic.
He has it up for like 2 seconds, and concentration breaks immediately.
Oh, yeah. It's like immediate concentration. You get it, like, you take no psychic damage, but it is just a piercing, like someone stabbed you right in the head.
And he just kind of reels back, and it's just like, oh, I know you warned me. All right, you keep away from one of my kids. That's not. That sounded wrong coming out.
Yeah, a little bit. Scratch tried to warn you.
One of my daughters might slurp on magic a bit, so that's just what I mean.
Yeah, Scratch has unfortunately hasn't come in the development of a Una Magicae to produce their own magic yet. They're still very much connected to me. That's how they are developing. Though I say we are actually giving him some little vitamins per se. I have a friend and colleague now that has say has magical flowers that are similarly pure magic, and put in say made the right way, it basically gives you a good heavy dose of magic, which is what Scratch needs for development.
Nice. Interesting. Yeah, if you end up, I don't know, publishing anything, I'll definitely
Oh,
read it. This is fascinating.
yeah, I actually have published some work recently. It should be up by now, but say with the recovery and everything, I haven't really checked on the progress.
Uh, where can I access it? Depending on the location, I may be a little bit banned.
Banned?
Don't worry about it. It's only from the libraries that suck.
Huh. Have you ever been to the UPA University Library?
Actually, I've not. I've only been to UPA a couple of times, and not to Villestown.
Then you then you probably would not be banned by there. I'm curious, why are you banned by some libraries, if I can ask?
Because some libraries have, you know, a restricted section, and I just think I should be allowed in. I think anyone should be allowed in. Like, come on, it's a library.
I have to say I don't blame you there. Not say I if there was something I really wanted, I probably maybe would have done the same thing. And he rubs the back of his neck.
See, like, you'd think other wizards would get it, yet some of the biggest sticklers are other wizards.
Yeah, I agree there. Some of them are. Though I be
Really, really, really pretentious.
pretentious, stubborn, and very secretive.
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
Craigory's still on his back on the ground, but he's like able to take his hands away from his face and kind of squint up at the light again.
It's very hard to scoot up. It's very hard to look at the light right now.
He
This
gives
is.
a try and then he just lays a hand back over his eyes.
Yeah, that migraine ain't going for a couple days now.
Puts the hand over and then kind of stops and then. Oh, this really wasn't the smartest idea.
Yeah. Though, even though your daughter may eat some magic, Scratch is very concentrate, you could say. So, that may have an adverse effect on your daughter. So, you may not. If they do ever meet, please warn her.
She's grown up with some restraint. And that was a 4 deception.
Scribbles looks at him and cocks an eyebrow.
It's, he's upon realizing that he's not going to be able to see for a while, he's grown uneasy, visibly.
Yeah, Scribbles is just like now sort of like leaning, like sort of sitting up, like leaning back on his hands. Ugh. But it's funny, you have a daughter. I have a daughter too. Her name is Marigold. Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing kid. Found her. Well, she didn't know a lick of anything when she first came to Toontown. I literally had to save her from being in the middle of traffic.
Kids, right?
Yeah, especially when your kid is a metal centaur. She's definitely been a handful of times.
Huh. Yeah, I mean,
Have you ever seen a centaur have zoomies?
No, but I am imagining it.
Yeah, I yeah, I fed her. Say she had something sugary. I forget off the top of my head what it was, but I remember she did clippy clops, then picked me up and zoomed out the door.
Yeah, this is why I really try not to give Boomer a ton of sugar. She's smaller, way smaller,
No, wait, it
real
was
kind
coffee.
gnome, but
No, wait, now I remember. It was coffee. I say she never tried
mm,
coffee before, so I was like, here, have a sip. And zoomies.
Boomer is not allowed to try coffee for a number of years, or unless I'm not there. That is going to be someone else's fault and problem.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
She has yet to try and drink my coffee, but I'm keeping an eye out for it. I think it's because I like it like black with just a little bit of flavoring. It's not, you know, it doesn't inherently smell good.
Fair, fair. I
But
don't drink I don't drink black coffee. Well, I do, but it's when I'm in my researching mode.
mm-hmm.
Other than that, I take it with cream and maybe a few things of sugar.
I mean, I've ended up drinking tea more because that's what Lynn's been drinking more, and also I don't like to drink coffee around her anyway.
Ah, that's worth to say. Yeah, I noticed that she does really like tea, though I have been learning how to enjoy tea also. Though coffee is still my go-to.
I like a little super concentrated caffeine kick, a little double brew.
Ooh, that does sound good. A nice espresso.
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, if you don't mind me asking, how did you meet Lynn?
Oh, oh boy, you remember Ice Knife?
Yeah?
Uh, let's just say we didn't start on the best of terms, and she scared the hell out of me, and I fired that at her, and things went from there.
Oh boy. You know, kind of a similar situation actually. We didn't get off on the best of feet either.
What'd you do?
I brought in someone I didn't realize she didn't like.
Not a lot of people she really doesn't like. Who the hell was that?
Uh, let how much do you how long have you known Lynn and more specifically Rye?
Uh, I mean, not too long. I
I
mean, Rye for less than Lynn.
mm, didn't really want basically had to do with someone of Rye's past who I ended up dating with. Her name is Selly.
Okay. It would have been really funny if Scribbles hadn't clarified because Craigory knows it started to wrinkle and he was about to ask Cassell?
No.
Huh. Well, I don't know who that is, but
Yeah.
I kind of accidentally brushed on Rye's past once and he clammed up, so I left that alone and just made sure the person who was looking wouldn't find him.
Yeah. I accent say I didn't realize I was stepping into his past before way too late. But thankfully he and Sally get along pretty well now.
Good. It's nice when reconnecting with family actually works out.
Yeah, I agree. Especially when, well, well, I'm planning to ask her to ask to marry her. Well, I want to marry Sally, so I'm hoping to propose.
Wow. I mean, is it too early to say congratulations?
I don't know. It's just like technically we talked about it and she technically already said yes, but I want to do like a proper propose proposing since I didn't even have the ring at that time. Like I didn't even mean to propose. It was just more like I was thinking like I was wondering on her thoughts on marriage, but then she thought I was actually proposing and I it turned into a big sort of embarrassing ball of as he blushes and his head is in his hands and Scratch is just chuckling. Yeah,
Well, hey, at least you've got something of a, it's not a complete unknown, the answer.
I I know, yeah, but I still felt bad because it's just like I wanted to sort of be a surprise. Was trying not to give too much, but obviously I did.
Well, hey, there's probably benefits not being out of the blue, right?
Yeah, yeah. There are definitely benefits. But now I feel a little bit scared because she knows it's coming and I want to make it special for her.
I'm sure you'll manage.
I hope so. Ugh. And he just flops back down on the ground.
Craigory kind of blindly reaches out for like a pat. I'm gonna, what would I roll to figure out if he actually manages to successfully pat?
I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know. Just maybe roll
Hmm.
straight d20.
Situation insight. I feel like that's kind of a perception
No,
to
you're right.
figure out where
You know,
Scribbles is in space. And
you
he
know,
has been, head has been turned to and is keeping track of Scribbles, but also kind of what's been going on around them.
true. Yeah, perception would probably be better.
Not doing too hot at it. It's a 7. He's trying to keep track of far too much at once. There's Scribbles talking, but they're also in a park, and there's so many people here, and there's birds tweeting and wind rustling, and he's trying to keep track of it all and what's going on and where it is, and is it coming closer or going away. So the arm hand does come out to do a pat, but it kind of like overshoots, and it's just the arm kind of the arm rather than the hand ends up on Scribbles and
Yeah, it just
pat.
lands on his face.
Yeah, Kurt's like, uh, you get my meaning.
I get your meaning. Scratch just chuckles. Yeah, I can't wait for Mama to be my real Mama. Yeah, Scratch has become very well, very attached to Celeste.
Good. Man, I don't know how Decimal's been doing this whole time. This is exhausting. And Craigory kind of like pushes himself up into a sit, eyes still closed.
Decimal and Scribble sits up too.
Uh, friend of mine
Ah, I see.
has also been having some sight related issues.
Well, maybe now he can relate a bit more.
I could already relate. It's just curiosity. How long do you figure this headache's going to stick around?
Probably a couple days, maybe 3 4 days.
Grolix curse.
Yeah, you want to roll an insight?
He sure will.
Yeah,
I have a 16.
yeah. He knows for sure that Scribbles has had this. He has done the exact same thing that that he has done, just by the tone of his voice.
Okay, so if you don't mind, if you can lead me back home or somewhere at the end of this,
Oh no, yeah, I
That'd be
will totally
appreciated.
help. I will totally help you with that. Yeah, I did the exact same thing because I was curious. It's like, well, he's pure magic, but I wonder if he was like a certain type of magic. Nope, pure, pure unadulterated magic. Like he is no specific type, no enchantment, no say no illusion, no anything. He is like the raw magic.
Just is, huh?
Yeah, just is. But that knowledge caused me great pain to get.
Hmm. Uh, yeah, definitely keep him safe.
Oh, I will. And he'll be much safer now that my spell book is indestructible.
There you go. So, like, how indestructible are we talking? Like, you can't burn it, tear it?
It can only be damaged by a wish spell.
Damn, all right.
Yeah, thankfully the person who made this book for me was a very skilled artificer. Who, ironically, she was also a Una Magicae, but a very, very much older one.
No kidding.
Yeah, she claims about 1,000 years or so.
Huh.
Yeah, surprised me too. Grumpy old cat, though. Tressum, I should say, but that's the form she likes to be in.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Craigory's just kind of visibly chewing all that over because, like, fascinating information. And he's also fiddling with a sort of trinket that's sitting on his hip as he does so.
And to say, Scramble will probably notice that. It's like, what's that you're fiddling with? If I could ask.
Uh, Amulet, gift from a friend.
Huh.
Protect means means they can't be scryed on. That's all.
Oh. Oh. I see. Yeah. I
So
I've seen one. I've seen one of those. I know of those.
can pretty freely about it, so it's not a secret, but it's relatively safe with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Understandable. But I don't want to pry too much into your business. Say that would be rude.
I mean, blah blah blah. Brain died. What was
It's
I going to
okay.
say? I mean, on one hand, no one would ever know anything if they don't ask, but yeah, it's not. It's all good. Like I said, it's just a gift.
Mm. It's a very interesting gift, especially if you're worried about people looking into you. But again, none of my business. None of my business.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, what do you say? Do you want to swap spells? Trying to get off the get off that
Yeah,
subject.
yeah. You know what? I am. I gotta admit that whatchamacallit, Tasha's mind whip near the end. I
That,
wouldn't mind. Okay, I'm not going to be able to write very well like this, but definitely am interested in it.
that's fair. Yeah, say it's a very fun spell. Though Shatter is always one I've wanted to pick up, but I just haven't had the time to really get it. So I would love to have that. What?
Oh well, now's the time.
Yeah. It's Scribble.
Craigory's flipping open his book, and he can't see, so he just kind of gets to approximately where the page might be, and you're gonna have to flip through it yourself, but it's in there.
Yeah, Scribbles opens his book as he opens to where Tasha's mind with is and stuff, and Scribbles flipped through his spell book. And it's actually he also probably finds the other spell he wants, which is, what was the other spell? I forget.
Guess what? We talked about this.
I know, dispel magic. Yes, that was the spell.
Hey, yeah. So Scribbles is looking through here with Craigory's permission. Yeah, the other spell that catches his eye.
Oh, you have dispel magic. That's also very useful. Do you mind if I take that one also? I don't mind if you take one of my 3rd levels.
Hey, go for it. Dispel magic is very useful. You ever trying to get into somewhere?
Yeah, very much so, and probably be doing that relatively soon, maybe.
Oh ho.
Casework with Lynn.
Okay. Yeah, dispel magic is definitely something I've used a lot when I've been on cases with Lynn. So,
I'm curious how many cases you have been with her.
I mean, not so much in official capacity. Officially, I'm an informant for Network, so I don't tend to be on the actual case runs, but sometimes, something personal comes up. And I don't know, actually, I might be heading more that direction, honestly.
Oh?
Just, we work well together.
Oh.
And I think...
And Scribbles is... You can't really see, but Scribbles is smiling.
We're gonna have Craigory roll an insight just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Craigory.
Oh my gosh. And, yeah, see. Scribbles is now very curious. He's just like, oh, do you actually like her? Possibly? And say, sort of in a joking way as of right now, he's trying to gauge, like, the likiness that Craigory likes her. Because, and mainly because of that 20 insight, Craigory can also sort of tell he's like, he knows something too.
Oh. Boy, well, Craigory immediately went deception mode and got an 11. He just kind of has like, hey, what's that tone of voice for? Hey.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't pry. Though, I will say that Lynn is very fond of you too.
Oh, I know that. Of course she is. She's, not unobvious. She likes a lot of people.
Technically, yes, but still. And he's just smirking.
And Craigory can hear it. Come on, spells. What other 3rd levels do you have that I can steal?
Alright. Let's see, I got Fly, Glyph of Warding. I have Fireball. I'm not very sure if you already have that now. And of course, Counterspell.
Yeah, I've got Fireball. That was a whole thing.
It's a fun spell.
It's certainly something. Craigory's kind of tapping his chin. On one hand, Counterspell is pretty useful. On the other hand, Fly.
It's a good way to get out of situations. Also a great way just to move around in general. If I need to get somewhere really quickly, I just use Fly.
Yeah,
Or at least
I could have really used fly a couple of times.
so technically I've been using Dimension Door a bit lately. That's because that's a really fun one. I like I may like showing off sometimes and he blushes.
Uh-huh, yeah. Opening with Sickening Radiance, you sure do.
Hey, Lynn say you're a high level wizard, so I just wanted to put my best foot forward.
And you did. You just seem like pleased that like, yeah, Lynn's like advertising him as a high level wizard. Like, yes, but also, haha. So, yeah, you know what? Teach me fly. It wouldn't have actually been useful in the most recent scenario because of circumstances, but hell of a way to get out of situations. And again, people don't expect it. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah, let me just write
don't
your
mind.
spells down really quickly. And you know what's fun about scribes wizards?
What?
That their wizardly quill that they use to write like copy spells over, they can basically speed write any spell. Like it takes 2 minutes times the spell times the spell's level. So literally 10 minutes go by. You hear like scratching of paper for 10 minutes, and he's like, "Okay, done. Got both of those spells."
How do you write?
Really fast. Written a whole dissertation overnight.
Are you okay? That sounds awful.
I mean, it's not the worst that I've done.
All right. I certainly can't write that fast. I had to relearn how to write a bit.
Ah. Huh.
Craigory lifts up the right hand, which is, you know, giving off a faint light, and it's clearly some sort of artificer thing going on, and the fingers wiggle.
Oh yeah, I did notice that. I did want to ask though.
I mean, yeah, you can. It's just did something a little stupid and lost the hand, and this is the I'm hoping this is the sort of long-term permanent arrangement.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And oh boy, now that
Oh
you
boy.
now that scratched up before didn't really see this hand. He was too busy with everything else. But now that he sees the hand, he's gonna make a stealth.
Oh boy. He sure does. What does he do?
Scratch like sneakily goes over to the glowing hand. And how does this hand work? Like, is it like a mage hand sort of situation for the thing, or
Uh, the word is on the tip of my tongue. Hollow light. So
it's
think sorta, Portal 2, you've got those light bridges.
yeah, yeah.
Similar sort of thing where it's, made of light, but there's physicality to it.
Is it magical?
Uh, it's artificer, which I mean there's some magic that goes into artificery, right?
Yeah, there is.
So, yes.
Oh boy.
Yes,
Because
what does he do?
there's one thing that you don't know about Scratch probably, but
Mhm.
because he's made of magic, he could technically act like a battery and a power up to
Oh my
magical
god.
items. So
Azra's gonna kill him.
Scratch is gonna touch it, and the hollow white light basically expands to make it like a full forearm. And Scribble snaps his head over. He's like, Scratch! He's like, oh, I just wanted to feel the light.
I'm trying to figure out what this would feel like for Craig.
And Scribble's like, pull Scratch away.
I, hmm. Because, like, the thing that's powering the projection is actually an emitter that's on his arm. at sort of the stump where the arm now ends.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the bit that would supercharge and like probably heat up.
Yeah, just a little bit.
And Craigory not being able to see what's going on and just kind of like, whoa, what the? Yanks arm, he can't see what away, so she's like, what is, whoa, 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 what is that? Is this, what, did I break it? Azur's gonna kill me. I just got this. Hey. And he's like trying to feel what's going on and rolling up the sleeve.
Yeah, and he feels like a full light forearm.
I didn't know it could do that.
That's because Scratch can power up magical objects, I've learned more recently. It's not permanent. It probably will go away probably by the end of the day, but he can temporarily do power-ups.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he can't fully control it like you've seen. Not yet.
Okay, so that's a 15 investigation from Craigory, just feeling around at the emitter, trying to figure out, like, okay, he just got this thing tuned up by Azur after it got kind of messed up during the stint of a New Deal. Is anything broken? Is he okay? He doesn't think. Nah, it just got a bit of a jump. It's not actually harmful. He wouldn't have really been mad anyway if it was. He was just like, oh man, Azur's gonna be pissed. Or, not even pissed. Not angry, just disappointed. Cool. Is that like any magical effect?
Yeah, he's literally pure magic, so it can connect with about anything with the right receptor. Though I have learned that it really depends on the magical, like, to power something, it has to take the white, at least fully power something, not just like a jump like this. It has to be very precise wiring, otherwise you will blow up something. He accidentally blew up a couple light bulbs. 10 light bulbs! 10 light bulbs.
Thank you for not destroying my arm again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's just very curious.
Yeah, kids are like that. And I mean, I have backups. Like, whatever would have happened, it's fixable.
Yeah, but still sorry.
You're good, you're good. Just maybe a little warning next time.
Yeah, Scratch, we talked about this. You do not touch magical objects without the other person's permission. And Scratch sort of giggles like, okay, Dad. And Scribbles just sighs.
So, again, I can't copy down any spells at the moment, but I guess that probably just means we'll have to meet up again later. Oh no.
Yeah. I can copy him down for you, and say once your eyes get a little bit better, you can take a look at them. You can always write me letters if you don't understand everything.
That'd be helpful. I mean, you're certainly writing faster than me.
It's years of practice. And sort of comes with being a scribe. Scribbles flips to some empty pages and writes down his spells into your spellbook.
Nice.
So, where do you live in? Do you live here in Toontown, or?
I have a place. Yeah, I haven't been staying there recently, though I could go back now. I probably should. I should see what's come of the place.
I
I mean, my aunt's been kind of looking after it for me a bit, but
I was just curious because I'll take you anywhere that you need to.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to leave Toontown, then you could take me to a friend's apartment.
I mean, I could.
Otherwise,
I mean, there's teleportation circles. I can take you anywhere you need.
Halloween Town then would be nice.
Roll insight.
Oh. Oh shit, another dirty 20.
You can sort of feel like the bristling up of Scribbles as you mentioned Halloween Town. It's just like you definitely get like, oh no, fear activated.
We look. I just said it was nice. We don't need to go there. Like I said, there's people I can go see or visit. Like,
No, I mean I could definitely I don't do spooks very well. Ironically, I know it's weird with me being friends with Lynn, but Halloween Town say Dad, my dad's a scaredy cat. Scratch, you are. You jump at everything. I don't jump at everything. Yeah, you do. And Scribble's like, I don't. You do. I don't. You do. I don't. You do.
Craigory is just kind of going back and forth, tracking that
Yeah.
back and forth.
He's like, and Scribble's just finally sighs. He's like, okay, fine. I do. I do. I am very jumpy, and with Lynn being the Viscountess of Halloween Town, it's sort of, I don't want her to look bad. I mean, she's friendly with a scaredy cat that jumps at every little thing.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. And again, we don't have to go. Like, you can just take me to Hugh and March's. It's fine. They're not even far.
Oh yeah, Hughes, that would be good. I actually never been to Hughes's place. And okay, I need to ask because uh I did
Mhm.
I March script.
Yes.
Is he the same March script as the movie star?
Uh, yeah, that's the one.
Oh dear God. Dear the lords. Oh, Ambercant. He's just like head in the hands.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm just I just didn't make the connection until more recently.
So you've embarrassed yourself a little, is what you mean.
Yes, I have. Not in front of their faces, but definitely to myself.
No more reason to take you over there. Besides, March's just a person.
Who has starred in many of the engineers movies? Look at Star Cause. That's a masterpiece.
Yeah, and he's very good in them.
I know he is. I've seen all the movies multiple times. I am a bit of a Star Cause fanboy. There's a blush.
Oh, there you go. And I mean, again, we don't even have to go over there. There is also, I mean, my aunt's place is a bit farther, but
No. Let's take you. I can go to Hughes. I haven't seen Hugh in a while. It'd be nice to see him again.
sounds good. Craigory's going to stand up. He's still got his arcane focus staff out and is
Yeah, and Scribble's like looped his arm with his just to make sure he doesn't like fall over.
okay. Oh, I've just hit a snag. Oh, you don't know where the apartment is, you've said.
Nope. Do you have an
Right.
address?
I do, but this could still get interesting.
It's better than nothing. And besides, you're blind, so we'll have to sort of just wing it.
All right. So Craigory gives the address. For funsies, I do have to roll survival for him.
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
Oh boy, what did he get?
What's his modifier? What's his modifier now?
Oh.
He got a 3. And you know what? Because he's blind, I'm also giving him disadvantage.
Yeah.
Let's just see. Let's just see if he crit fails.
Yeah, let's see if he crits fails.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god, did he crit fail?
He crit failed.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Scribbles is given the address, but Craigory is also attempting to be helpful and giving directions. Like, listen, he got to the park. He can get to Hugh's apartment. He knows where it is. Like the way is now there in his mind, but also now he's blind and he doesn't know which way they're facing. He's attempting to be helpful with Scribbles' like descriptions of where they are and what streets they're at, but it's a mess. Scribbles, I feel like it's a while before you realize it is in your best interest to just not listen to Craigory and figure it out from address alone.
No, let's just see. Let me roll wisdom and see how long it takes him to realize this. It doesn't take
terribly long.
Not terribly long, but a good comedic sort of long, you know? There's definitely the Benny Hill music in the background as they just like run around Toontown.
Yeah, God. And then Scribbles, you've now figured out that maybe this isn't the way to go about it. Please also roll survival.
Yes. Okay. It's not bad.
It takes a bit. Somehow you've ended up between all this, further from Hugh's apartment than you started out.
Yeah. But this in his mind is like, yes, this is probably because I let the blind man lead.
Not at all, because the blind man has no sense of direction whatsoever. Instead, blind man is still trying to keep track of everything that's going on at all times around him and keep aware.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that he's only gotten a 9 on his whiz save for that business. So Craigory is not going to untense at all until finally they've made it to the apartment.
Yeah, eventually they make it to the apartment. That's good. And like Scratch has made no help whatsoever. He's just been sitting on Craigory's shoulder the whole time.
Oh, that was more trouble than it should have been, honestly. Sorry about that, but thanks.
No problem at all. No problem at all. We just say, we needed our exercise anyways. We just took the scenic route.
Did? It's fine. I kid.
Yeah. Let's get you inside.
Yep. We'll see if anyone's home, and if not, the window's probably unlocked.
Really? You're gonna pull a lid?
Normally, I don't. I'm just saying that this place in particular, the window is viable and actually literally encouraged. The point is, look, it's not polite, but windows here are an option just based on who they've often had over.
I mean, I could tell. Yeah, and Scratch now is like, yeah, Lynn really likes climbing through windows.
She does. Can't tell you how many times I've looked up from my desk and there she is.
Yeah, we have a small balcony, so sometimes I just open the door and she's just perched on the balcony, just perched on the railing.
Like a gargoyle.
Yeah, like a gargoyle.
But yeah, thank you. Once once I'm able to see again, I'll have a look at those spells and give them a try out.
Yeah. And yeah, if you can't still figure them out, yeah, we can just set up another little sparring match.
Exactly. Having your soul messed with is rough. So it's going to take a bit, and, practice is good.
Yeah, practice is good. And
It'll help us both out.
yeah, indeed. And thank you again for just doing this and coming out to just hang and meet.
No problem. Meeting more people is good.
I agree there. But let's get you inside. This blindness isn't going away any faster.
Yeah. And see with that, door is knocked on.
Yeah.
One way or another, Craigory is let in.
Yes.
Scribbles and Scratch are now free to go home themselves.
Yeah. I still fight, but if they're not actually there, and he just goes through the window.
I'm half tempted for funsies. For funsies, because Craigory knows the window will be open.
Yeah.
Oh no. No one tell me he.
Oh
Let's
no.
just double check his acrobatics. At disadvantage because he's blind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not that 18.
Yeah. What did he actually get?
He got a 10.
I mean, it's not the worst, but it's also not the best. He just barely climbs through the window. Probably there is a few crashing sounds, like Toonish crouching sounds.
Yeah. It's like he's never gone in through this direction before, so he's had to, feel his way up. Maybe Scribbles is calling directions from below, and where like the handholds are, and he's just like muttering under his breath all the time. It's like, Decimal makes it look so easy. But
Yes.
he's in, and there's a wave out the window.
Yes, there is. Oh. Thank you for doing this, Kraken. This has been such a delight.
It has been a delight. Thank you for suggesting it.
No problem at all. Uh, and thank you to our wonderful listeners. I say I hope you had a great time listening, and we'll see you again in the future. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.